I was born in the 20th century's palindrome year, and my age became a palindrome in the next century's palindrome year. On an April evening in England, I entered an insane asylum entitled Earth. As I expanded, I escaped using art and imagination. Pen and paper paradise. So here I am, on a ride. Sometimes the ride is bliss, sometimes it's a miss. Some days are light and fun, while some days weigh a ton. I was a wild child, climbing the trees, wood in my blood, traps and dams and dens, an off-the-grid lifestyle, sandwiched between Dartmoor and Exmoor. My hands have suffered many splinters and chilly winters. Hats, scarves, logs, generators, visible breath. Some winters as a child, I escaped to warmer climates where a little ice was a luxury in the mouth, but back home the ice was not nice. I saw many sights, crocodiles and lizards and monkeys and pelicans, batiks, attire, djembe rhythms, sand, mangroves, crabs on the beach, people sharing food and eating with their hands, giant magical trees with bright colourful birds, men, women, children dressed colourfully like the birds, and singing and dancing and smiling and creating rhythms. Returning to daffodils, then bluebells, a valley full of dreamy smells. Years later into adulthood, some holidays were spent in a Scottish winter. In the last week of the noughties, I helped build an igloo, a contrast to the sand castles I built at the beginning of the noughties. Sometimes the world frustrates us and we can't always get what we want. Scissors and paper and camera and action. Whilst smokers have filters for their papers, I filter my emotions with paper, filtering the smoke and mirror land. Shed light on the dark. Some days I feel like running away, breaking free of the status quo matrix show, the concrete forest full of deceiving thieves, mafias in control of the maths, the monstrous monopoly. I am bored of this game. I want to leave and get lost in the leaves. Oh, that golden era. Childhood cast in stone, lost in the magic, fairy tales, stories, green eggs and wild things, lost in the woods, travelling to distant lands, journeys, a sense of freedom. The many roads I have travelled, some go over, some go under, some go wrong, some along. Tunnels through time, lost in memories, dreamy destinations. Some days I feel like I am lost within a dreamscape. I cannot believe I am in some places, special places, travelling through time and through space. This palindrome-born experiencer says, wow, not everywhere is doom and gloom. There's still room for us to bloom. We live in a world where some creatures travel by flight, such a delightful sight. Drifting through thoughts. One day all feels well on a walk, pleased with a cool breeze. Other sections of the ride, dark and dismal, lost sight of a light in the dead of night. We can get annoyed and forget the magic when our time becomes tragic. Some days we have the right cards. Some days the insects bite hard. Anger and frustration, a part of this creation. Left and right, day and night, up and down, country and town, good and bad, happy and sad. We keep playing the same games over and over, all work and no play. Where's the video game where one stops to smell the roses? Dopes and dopamine, higher number obsessions. Well done you got to a higher number, and whilst you did that you gained more cake candles. The game is never really over. The box may have slightly different colours, the board may have a slightly different design, but it's still the same game. This game is the same, both sides leading to the same direction. Want a difference? Give up the weapons and go out into the woods. It'll do you more good. People end up being dull in their houses, spending too much time dreaming of their stuff. Some of us have pets living with our stuff. Will pets one day devolve into humans? Where is all this going? Isn't no dogs allowed discrimination? Why can't voles vote? And stoats and goats? You're kidding me, right? If they say we are what we eat, then why is cannibalism taboo? Can you pass me a can of Canadian? So we are what we eat. That's true, I eat nuts. Our world resembles a comic, surrounded by fools stuck in boxes. I am drawn to drawing.
It's a magic eye book. Oh yeah.
As a child, I did not mind tidying my room. Sometimes I would discover a surprise I had forgotten about, and it'd be like finding treasure. I enjoyed dancing to the tidy room tune. The year 2015. The place, a woodland in North Devon, England. I find within a barn a white door. It is heavy. I carried the door into the wood and grabbed my camera and tripod. I seized an opportunity. Working in many mediums as an artist, some days I feel like writing a poem. Some days I escape into the world of cartoons or a written story. On this day, a door was calling me. Like Lynch, I love abstractions. My childhood was filled with inspiration. I danced upon pages, leaving behind dance trails. I was fascinated by storytelling, wolves and witches and giants, splashes of colour and juicy boxes. Inspirations continuing on into adulthood. Childhood dances are still kept alive. These stories do not end. I made book after book, comic after comic, raised on staplers and paper, stewed apples, not apple pads and smart stations and fingerprint glass drugs and telephones injected full of doublethink to turn one into a wally. This madness and badness, internuts, idiot boxes, electro-nicotine. The world, don't it confuse you? Enough material here forever. It just keeps coming and coming. An abundance of goons. Crisis after crisis. Agendas, banks, cartels, dystopic election fear, generations human idiots, jokers, killers, liars. Many sights a blot on the landscape. Dreams, nightmares. In my dreams I create ephemeral artworks. Perhaps we live inside a dream. If we awaken, shall we hit the snooze button? Sometimes this dream is good, other parts nightmare. Nightmares with walls, and you can't find the doors. Sometimes it is good to break out of our zones of comfort, gain different perspectives. The woods will always be more pretty than a city, but sometimes it makes a nice change to alter the images on the projector. Tall structures scraping the sky. Rectangular tall mirrors with stories. Each story has its own stories. Across the pond, a nation divided. Division is good, good for the upper hand. They divide and rule and decide to be cruel. The divided turn on programs programmed to turn them off. I leave this land. It's rubbish on the other end of the pond too. Yes, we have computers here too. Well, what are we to do about this insanity? Where did it all go wrong? When most stopped living amongst the wood? We could have it all, forests of food, if we really wanted, and enough water for everyone. Tackling hunger and thirst should be what comes first. This would be steps in the right direction. Look at this creation we have. Look at this creation we have the privilege to be a part of. How lucky we are to have what we have. We have a lot. We're not a cold, distant, dusty moon. We live on a colourful world. There is much dancing to do. But let's not dance too close to danger. The world has many waves, going up, going down, up, down, up and down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Handa Island in Scotland, the island of the birds. The birds have got it made here, homes upon cliff faces like naturally formed high-rise flats. Some birds do not want us on that island. Rats swim to the island from the mainland, endangering birds like the puffin by eating their eggs. It makes me think. It was swell for the dodo until a certain mammal showed up. I returned back to the land. Here I am, returning. What did I learn? I learned about puffins and Hitchcockian birds. Hello, good evening. Get off our island, you psychos. Back on the land, the seagulls earn the retitling of steel goals. Nasty pasty pinchers and pinchers of pies. Magpies pinch the sheep eyes, bullies to woolies. Cuckoos dump their offspring in other birds' nests. Human beings pinching from one another, making each other blind, bullying, abandoning children, getting in a flap, flying all over the world. Time to slow down. It's good to stop. Stop and smell the roses. Happiness, dance, visual delights, up all night. Who cares about the clock? Nobody watches the watch. Get out of your shell. Stop sitting down. This ride is short. Get up and dance. We are here. We are alive. Do not forget. This ball spinning through space. What a ride. Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. Sometimes it's okay to venture down those rabbit holes as long as you resurface. My ride takes me in and out, in and out, in and out. Some water takes a ride down into a hole. Some remains in the hole for a long time. Some escapes and returns back into the sky. Who is behind the curtain? We keep asking. It is me behind my own curtain. This is my ride. I want to go where I please. Up in the trees. My online stream is on a different line to the internet of webs. What are nets and webs but traps? Life, it is a dance. Release yourself. Be different for a change. Life rocks. Look up, but also look down. The world is full of marvels. Enjoy it while you can. But let's not mess it up. Childhood. We enter a ride filled with bright colours, mesmerising patterns, comfortable feelings, new sights, new smells, exciting tastes, sensations, sounds. Our minds are full of questions. We explore, we create adventures. Little feet, learning to walk and talk. And later in life we're told to sit down and be quiet. I've walked for miles with a face of smiles. My hands have taken me in many directions, forming worlds. My imagination lands on the pages. Reflections. Childhood memories feed into adulthood. Nature. Nurture. Nature, the backbone to our travels, the source of oneness. Our food, the air we breathe, the water we drink. We share this world with other life forms taking on different forms, beneath us, around us, above us. We are surrounded by many adventurers riding with us through time and space. There are stories behind every creature. Nature is mixed with the magic and the tragic. It is a part of the dance. Some days I enjoy a peaceful swim, a wild, colourful ride. Other days can be chaotic, and I feel like I am drowning in insanity. The concrete cities collide, crash, cause crazy characters. The world at war. I trace my roots back to the previous century. I think it is important to know where we come from. All my grandparents lived through the Second World War, some of them being very close to danger. Stories are passed down through the generations, echoes through time. Family, another backbone to our travels. The sound of our tiny feet put into motion by the stories from the past. 2 parents, 4 grandparents, 8 great-grandparents. Stepping backwards and the stories keep doubling. Paths through the past. We unwrap pasts and presents, wrapping, unwrapping, rewrapping. Memories of the ride so far. What is down there? Some memories fascinate me, such as a day when I played Scrabble with my uncle. It was my go first and I pulled out the letter F from the Scrabble bag, immediately thinking of the 7-letter word fiddles. Then the next letters I took out were IDDLES. It was a moment in time I would reflect back on. Is there something deeper to this? Can we make our own luck? Is there a force field we can momentarily tap into from time to time, where we have the ability to do remarkable things? Whatever happened, I enjoy getting lost in the flow of the ride. Not everything is about explanation. Mystery makes the ride more enthralling. We are, after all, always travelling within a massive mystery. Where are we? Who are we? What are we? Why are we? When are we? Our quest's full of questions. Sometimes we don't want answers. There is much enjoyment in remaining in the awe of the mystery. Within ourselves can be much clutter. Slowing down and sorting through the clutter can be therapeutic. We focus in on ourselves and trace back to the past. The mind is an organic time machine. Southern Senegal, I created a stop-motion animation with a baobab fruit. Or sat down taking pictures of my camera. Along came a puppy who interacted with my animation. I happily snapped away, glad it had become a part of my story. Back in England, prior to Africa, I had created another animation at my neighbour's, and a similar thing occurred with a neighbour's dog. An interesting parallel. I welcomed the furry, unplanned extras. Patterns shape my world. I am drawn into the world of patterns, noticing the patterns all around me during my travels through this fascinating landscape. Some days I just want to be silly. Being silly with stills. A mixture of silliness and seriousness can be seen throughout my art. Animation, a lengthy process. Patience is key. Creating animations feels like a beautiful dance. Some days I feel compelled to grab a camera and start photographing, not knowing where the journey may take me. A lot of my work has come without a plan. Whilst I keep taking photos, I discover the destinations of the stories, getting a feeling where they need to head towards. A china doll from my childhood is a joy to bring to life. She represents the inner child within, an explorer into the imagination, every story taking place upon the land I have lived upon throughout the entirety of my life since I was 2 months of age. In between the photos there is much time to also reflect on my inner child. One day I visited a neighbour who didn't want newts in her garden pond as they were eating all the tadpoles. I scooped the amphibians from her pond using a net to relocate them to a bigger pond on the land I live on. There were 52 of them altogether, the number of weeks in a year. I watched the 52 newts from above within the rectangular container, noticing them divide up into 4 corners like the 4 seasons of the year. One day the smoking caterpillar would go into a cocoon. What a time to focus on the self. Then emerging on the other end, changed in wings of symmetry, the looking glass, sands of time. The world spins out of control. The control freaks are freaking us out. Love is all you need. The world, a lunatic asylum. What are some of us doing? The species I am a part of is surrounded by hypnotized digital alkies, tuning into auto-tune noise vomit, plastic sickness and stickiness, headache-inducing mainstream, artificial insanity. New ideas can be formed from the loony bin, turning rubbish into new rubbish. One day a Peter Sellers-inspired persona was born. Grabbing a Dennis the Menace tie and gluing cartoon eyes onto a pair of sunglasses, I created a new character for the world. Professor Luftwaffe, comedy to shed light on the cuckoo clock land we find tick-tocking in the background.
Let's see. Oh yes, there we go. Anyway, I'm going to talk to you about the meaning of life, what I think the meaning of life is. The meaning of life is the ability to grow, breathe, reproduce, etc. that distinguishes animals and plants from objects.
Comedy, laughter. Some days it is good to stop taking life too seriously. It took me years to find my first four-leaf clover. Now it is like the clovers find me. I have found clovers with leaves of 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. The luck is working. I have the luck to find more clovers. In 2020, I began working on a novel which I would add to daily for over 3.5 years. Every day I stuck of adding something to this growing project, whether it was ideas for plot, written chapters, experimenting with some ideas and getting hits and misses. My mind was focusing on many patterns, some embedded within nature, some within the English language. I was drawn to the number 8. 8 becomes height and eighth with H, and H is another 8. The symbol of infinity turned on its side. In August 2023, a month now become the 8th month of the year, I was stood in the car park on my land feeling a powerful energy present. I felt like there was something very powerful I was going to find. I walked up hills seeking a field where I believed there were ley lines. In the field, I felt myself wandering into pockets of high energy. When I entered these pockets, they were timed with distant sounds of animals. One time a fox called, another an owl hooted. I wandered back to the car park feeling a strong connection to trees in the woods. I returned back to the car park and there I saw it. In the woods is an ash tree, which I thought looked like the shape of Africa.
I didn't know I had a bald patch.
I placed my head down onto the ground and felt like I had an out-of-body experience. Closing my eyes, I saw what looked like stars in space. I felt like I'd been taken to another frequency. My heart and mind felt as if they were now working as one. My heart was beating to the tune of Africa. I hadn't been over for 7 years and now I felt compelled to return. So I returned the following year for my 7th visit, starting off in the Gambia, then down to southern Senegal and a brief visit to Guinea-Bissau, which was the furthest I'd ever come south. Zen and the art of motorcycle maintenance joined me on my travels. I had a lot of new experiences, such as encountering a snake in Africa for the first time, and just hours after I awoke on my first day in the Gambia. Before I came, I had a feeling I would finally encounter a snake for my 7th visit. I kept landing on snakes in books shortly after my experience with the Africa-shaped ash tree. Closely connected also to the symbol of infinity with 8. Days after the ash tree experience, I felt a strong feeling I could open a dictionary and land on 8. I did. I landed on figure of 8. I opened up one book on nail, the next on hammer. My 33rd birthday was spent in Africa, my first birthday away from England. On my 33rd birthday, I danced and meditated within the folds of some ancient entwined trees in the heart of Casamance. A spiritual energy is felt here. Spring. What a beautiful time to be alive. Life springing into action from a winter of sleep. April and May, fabulous times to play. Dancing to life. The day after the ash tree experience, I found myself becoming more open and I was expressing myself with dance more than before. Sound, frequency, vibration, the beat of the heart on earth. The ride is riddled with rhythm. Dreamy destinations, Spain. Inspiration hits my soul. Spanish castle magic. Girona. Overlooking the city, wandering up the walls. In 2014, I explored the city, walking very slowly, giving me a chance to reflect deeply within myself. Dali and Picasso feed into my soul, the land of siestas and longer time spent slowing down. The childhood within calls me back. Come, Explore. Adventures. Exploration. Sometimes I enjoy getting lost and ditching the map. Getting lost gives us the ability to find ourselves, and here we can grow and tap into higher levels of consciousness, and there is a golden pool of ideas waiting to be explored. Some places are not written on the maps. Past, present, future, existing simultaneously. Tunnels of growth. We grow within small finite space, but within there is a pool of infinity to explore. We keep giving each other labels. I am not Sam Backhouse. I am an expression of expanding consciousness. I project myself out onto the world, and so do all of us. The inner child. Awaken the child within. Within ourselves we are still young. Backwards, forwards. Who am I? Do I know? What is I? Questions. Those things we say and think, ending in what look like twisted exclamation marks. Some answers to questions shape the question marks into exclamations. I don't always want explanations of my explorations. Sometimes I rid myself of expectations. Life's mysteries unravel. What else is in store on this magical mystery tour? Some days you have to be your own tour guide. We learn how to breathe between the chapters. Reflections of the ride. Some sections of the story feel dreamy. Scenes change like a journey through different genres. Not knowing what may be around the corner can keep us captivated. Life is sometimes an exciting page-turner. We age with the pages. Spinning through the 360s, a minuscule speck circling and recircling around a burning ball which will one day flicker out. Unearthing ourselves. Sometimes a dig can lead to treasure. We spread ourselves upon the gargantuan canvas of the earth. We drift along. Some don't make it very far. Some land, grow and produce more story travellers. Our body vehicles are full of water, the liquid of life. We are individual collections of water. This water is borrowed and shared. Some collections contain polluted waters who cast out webs to trick and deceive. If you are stuck on webs, then life flies on by like the life of a mayfly. When viewed from above, we can see the scale of the story. Horizons stretch out like future pages waiting to be turned. When turned, can we be turned with them? Homo sapiens, busily crafting third-dimensional sentences, but I don't know if I can make much sense of some of these sentences. Characters in rows of concrete letters. This genre is often surreal. I look inside myself and see a child carving castles. Thoughts are carved into different sensations, shared out into the story of fragments of imagination. Art shows us different examples of the infinity all around. We are presented with brief extractions from all that is. I pull out iceberg tips from pools of the infinite. It intrigues me what can be unearthed. I enjoy journeying with paint through unmapped landscapes. Some days I tip out many iceberg tips. They keep tipping out once I tap into the infinite icebergs. Eventually all art forms will melt away, but they will forever remain embedded within the pool of the all. School gave me many bitter years of routines and schedules.
Here's your homework. It has to be done by tomorrow.
I hate you and your spiky hair.
Trauma from the system has created many layers within. Get lost, factory. I want to be abstract, not linear. I don't want my trousers held up with your conveyor belt minds. Get me out of this Babyloon. Some days I peel back the layers and I find much beauty in amongst the beastly brutal nations of imagination extractions I push to the corners of a plate. Surrounding me are many stories stored in memory from many objects. Past adventures rusting away, eroding through time. Some days I see the surrounding objects as technological weeds. Some days I find wonder and inspiration and new ideas are spawned. The scattered objects can represent the many scattered journeys I found myself riding upon. Some days the objects have become animation props. There is still some content to come from an empty jar. Animating the inanimate, turning what was one day tragic into something magic. The joy of photography, capturing the light from moments within our stories where we once were. At first through our own eyes, then through the eyes of a camera. We look through albums, turning pages like chapters. Here are moments where I once was, some significant points in time, more extractions from the pool of the all. I capture unplanned moments through time with my camera. Animations unfold before me without me stepping out in front of the camera for every frame. Some days I love to sit back and let nature be the director. Homo sapiens are not the only ones carving creations from the infinite. I've created artworks outside of the comfort of my own home, but the majority of the art in my life has been put together where I live. My art life is mixed with some seasoning. Some days the pool of the all appears like it is frozen. Other days many ideas are springing into action. During the days of not much flow, an adventure in the great outdoors can help to open me up. A few small steps into an idea can be the start of a long journey. Some ideas scribbled down long ago, joined together with new ideas. Some ideas I've played around with for a few minutes. Some have been played around with for hours, days, weeks, months, years, and even decades. I have come back to story ideas which begun during my childhood. Having a change of scenery can sometimes lead to some beautiful new explorations into the infinite imagination. In 2024, I returned to southern Senegal to experience the rainy season in Africa for the first time. It was my 8th visit to the African continent. It was an interesting new perspective on a landscape I'd first visited when I was a child. During my 7th visit only 2 months earlier, I painted a mural on a wall and I returned to see it. I had also made a picture on a wall 16 years before in the Gambia. It is a joy to leave behind a part of myself far away from home. In 2022, I put together the Giant Book of Smudge, a collection containing some of my favourite works from a decade of self-published books, which I personally consider my favourite book I've made. Some of my characters I've been drawing for over 20 years now, such as Lil Shrimp, who I created in 2004 when I was 13 years old. I taught myself how to make comics through observation and copying characters. The world winds me up, and I react with wood, words, and an inky sword. The pages are not finite, there is infinite space to explore. In 2012, there was a lot of talk going on about the possibility of the world ending. Inspired by the theme of the apocalypse, I decided to work on a graphic novel called A Playscope, which I began in 2011 and finished the following year. The world didn't end that year, and we got to smell the rosebuds again when they bloomed the following year. Over the years, I have created many animations, some of them a few seconds long, some over a minute. I drop little ideas into the internest, examples of the cosmic egg. On the Infinity TVs, many droplets can never be televised. On the brutish Empire Island, folks get licenses to have cerebral serial soap washes. Round and round and round and round, getting the same old stars from the same sections of space. Filmmaking. I am filming the aching. My short film Woods represents an inner urge to get away from the night and daymare lunatic asylum. I venture into the woodland landscape, shedding away my clothing which represents the world of the humanity. My film Door feels like a tap into my subconsciousness. Looking at the film after my spiritual ride in 2023, and it has a different feel. The location of the door is near the Africa-shaped ash tree. Behind it, the door in the film acts like a portal. 8 years after I filmed Door, I had many encounters with the number 8, and I felt like I visited another portal. A similar theme of undressing, which is in Woods, occurs in Door. The door wooden, a portal of wood. What are the 8s? Maybe the owls know. or do they give a hoot? I direct directly from within. Tarkovsky, Kubrick, Lynch. These artists have inspired me enormously. Tarkovsky took me to the zone in Stalker. Kubrick took me through the Stargate in 2001. Lynch has taken me beyond the curtains in Twin Peaks. These artists will never die. I do not believe in death as being finality. What doesn't get used in final cuts, those erased, drawn heads, they are never gone really. They still remain within the all that is, even if every arm was cut off every artist, and every lyric ever typed, every pixel positioned into a picture, every Homo sapien work of what is labelled art was entered into an inferno. This inferno does not destroy. This inferno is not a remover of the infinite, for if an infinite can be removed forever, then would the infinite still be infinite? Hands, fingers and thumbs, helping us to venture into the cosmos concept. I'm not interested in artificial interference, even though the artificial interference is still just another example of the all is. It doesn't mean I have to be a party to it.
Master, I have a virus.
As a collective whole, this disgrace of a race has pulled some unnecessary mess from the pool. Too much pulled from the stagnant section of the pool. The part of the pool that will make a French fin to a fish, turn the octopus garden to danger, knock the hammerheads out, make the eels not find it very electric. Swallowed by fishy finger prodders of microchip burials. Madness. Maddening madness. In the middle of the 15-minute city. I hope it's just one of those 15-minute of fame faders. Zooming around the mad mazes. Speed is not progress. What is this, a race? Yes, a disgrace. Competing. Pathetic. What does it all mean? Where is it all going? The plot went to the Bermudan deltoid. Hasn't been found again since. Or maybe it got lost between the numbers 15 and 16. Weirdos wowing wire worlds. It is no surprise why being drunk and dopey is popular. They are coping mechanisms for some. Finding balance within this world is a challenge. I often ask, do I accept it? Try to make sense of it? Does it matter in the end? Maybe it matters, maybe it doesn't. There are problems in these times, but none of them are mine. The Velvet Underground. On the flip side, I may not want to situate my life in the city, but I can still temporarily sit above one, remaining stunned. Like a work of art, there is more than one way of experiencing it. Possibilities. Earth, a canvas. Parts concern me, but separate some good from the bad and the ugly. And if you look at Earth as being like a canvas, then maybe we're all just one giant work of art. Some skies look like a painting. There's a lot of dottiness going on like a Van Gogh. Surreal areas like a Dali. Sections all over the place like a Picasso. Repeated parts like a Warhol. Some makes me want to scream. the USA, different states of mind. Taking walks through New York, a scattering of the all upon many islands. A corrupt core is in the centre. Why is there a U in USA? They did wrong to King Kong. The Empire struck the stolen wonder. This land, I wonder, full of mad hatters. Mercury hats on earth. The many paths I have walked throughout my life's gambles. Journeying over areas of the canvas. Some call it a flat canvas, but it's not flat, it's interesting. Rides throughout my life, a collection of assembled segments. We ride upon segments which can be wet and sometimes dry, like different areas of a painting in progress. The ride, with its many pauses. You can open any door if you open up. Sliced through the grass, cut up dreams. Through the darkness of futures past. Stream was the boundary. What a ride! Inside a shell, trapped inside a shell. Out into the open, childhood, traps and dams and summer specials. Fresh grass smell, searching for glowworms. Many droplets can never be televised. Four corners, walls. Childhood ended when I was 11. Planes, escape routes across the oceans. Feeling well. Around and around, life is but a dream. Trouble is afoot. Opened door. Four-legged friends rustling through the leaves. Those red curtains, zigzag delights. Fragments of a scattered dream. Technological weeds. Who is this? The dreamer? Pasts, presents, futures. Is this future? Earth, the canvas. Time to eat. Say cheese. I am going through the door. Is this past? Imagination houses. Rippling, affecting the frequencies. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bear it. What escapes the inner sanctum? Projecting upon a 4. This place. Words. Learnt to step out into the design. I landed on figure of 8. Caught the dream. Art was my escape. Separated from my tribe. 4 fingers within the cosmic egg. Energy vampires, vulture vermin, sacred stones. Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. Blocked in. Sometimes you can't get what you want. Spinning through the 360s, enjoying north, east, south, west. Once upon a time, 3 pigs and the wolf. Lost inside rectangular mind carvings. There's a lot of dottiness going on. Fountain of before and after. Check out the room. That should keep the vampires at bay. Scared dots. Fresh flower fields. Mesmerized by shifting skies. Flea-ridden friendships. Decades. Travelling 4s. The magician longs to see. Happy first birthday. Maybe we're all just one giant work of art. Rest, child. Dream away, for all is within. 1 fish, 2 fish, 3 fish, 4 fish. Adorable. My ride takes me in and out, in and out, in and out. Ants. Like a tribe, beautiful together we once were. This ball, spinning through space, had it all amongst our collections, many layers within. Moths. Electricity. City full of screaming. Who cares about the clock? Hot in here. Sacred beetles.
Happiness dance, visual delights. Got a light? Yes, I do.
I am filming the aching. WHAT. Traps and dams. A spiritual energy is felt here. Don't ask me if the table is edible. This ride is short. Dressed for breakfast, naked for lunch. The next on hammer. A past house. Forwards, backwards. Old, young. Inside, outside. Looking down and up. Nobody knows what he is. I saw my deepest self. I leapt out of my skin. Get out of your shell. Plugging in. Warning, strobe lighting. Rectangular tall mirrors with stories. Slimy bullies. Put me inside shells. Some skies look like a painting. Lit up. Light attachment. An off-the-grid lifestyle. Crisscross. Keeping it off the record. Stop and smell the roses. Woodland dens. Having fun. Enjoy your greens. We are here. We are alive. Fire. Porcelain Productions. I want to escape status quo matrix show. N.O. The unreliable narrator. Up all night, stop sitting down. Shell shock, slow emergence. Trauma from the system. Water, delightful landscape. Naturally streaming, do not forget. New leaves, sandwiched between. Tall structures scraping the sky. All roads collided. She is another side. Nobody watches the watch. Slow starting points. Lunacy. I opened up one book on nail. Far too scary. On the other side, what is I? It was all I had. Get off the table. In the woods. Love the woods. Wood in my blood. Welcome. This line hands it to you. Get up and dance. Pen, paper, escape. Walk. Spun out. Mixes Exmoor and Dartmoor. These hands made for the dance. Each story has its own stories.